Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Jackie Lambie has joined the masses criticizing the decision to award Daniel Andrews the Companion of the Order of Australia. The former Victorian Premier, best known for his controversial handling of the COVID pandemic, which saw Melbourne labelled the most locked-down city, received Australia's highest honour. Former Western Australian Premier Mark McGowan was also awarded an AC, despite also being known for his overly harsh COVID lockdown. Senator Lambie summarised many Australians' feelings by describing Mr. Andrews' acknowledgement as bizarre. "I always find it bizarre that we get paid an absurd amount of money as politicians, and you want to give us awards?" Senator Lambie told Nine's Today Show. "I mean, seriously, there's a lot of people out there who do great things, but don't have a lot of money, and they're doing great things around their own community. Why they continue to give politicians awards is beyond me. It really gets up my nose, I have to be honest with you. We get paid to do the job for you. We shouldn't be getting awards on top of it. It's not for them. It's for people in the community who are out there doing the right thing, and a lot of those people out there in the community helping others are not loaded with money. I can assure you, but they do it from the goodness of their heart, and that's the way it should be done." Former MP Craig Kelly shared his thoughts on X alongside several of Mr. Andrews' critics. "At first, I thought it was a bad joke, but both Dan Andrews and former WA Premier Mark McGowan have received an AC for COVID leadership in the King's Birthday Honours. They both should be jail-serving time," he said. Another said, "Dan Andrews has been made a Companion of the Order of Australia in the 2024 King's Birthday Honours for being the most authoritarian human rights abuser in Australia's history." A third wrote, "Today, we celebrate the iron-fisted leadership of Dan Andrews and Mark McGowan with the Companion of the Order of Australia. Under their reign, ruthless COVID-0 benchmarks were set. The destruction of businesses, economy, and erosion of freedoms were glorious sacrifices." Another said, "If Dan Andrews can attend a public event without his security detail and not be insulted, assaulted, spat on, heckled, pushed, shoved or bashed, then he deserves to keep his OA award." However, others applauded Mr. Andrews for keeping Victorians safe through the pandemic. Well-deserved recognition for FRM Premier Dan Andrews in the King's Birthday Honours. "His dedication and strength in guiding Victoria through the toughest time in the last century," one wrote. "Congratulations Dan Andrews on your King's Birthday Honour for your brilliant work throughout the COVID pandemic. We were all so lucky to have you as our Premier," another said. Former 3AW broadcaster and commentator Neil Mitchell said he wasn't happy with the bizarre call and believes it was fast-tracked. "Daniel was a divisive leader," Mitchell told Sunrise. "He's getting this award in part for his work in public health. He's destroyed the public health system. He had old ladies chased out of parks through the COVID days. There are a lot of questions around it. It's fast-tracked." Mitchell added that Mr. Andrews' accolade was a slight on the people adversely affected by Mr. Andrews' Ring of Steel. "I can't help but think of these people impacted by those lockdowns, particularly small business. How would they be feeling right now?" Ben Fordham from Sydney's 2GB also took aim at the controversial awardees, Mr. Andrews and Mr. McGowan. "The former premiers are being recognised for their service to public health and the people of their state, but the decision has gone down like a lead balloon," Fordham said. "People can't forget the pain they caused during the pandemic." Dan Mr. Andrews imposed the longest lockdown in the world. Victorians were stuck inside for 262 days. Meanwhile, Mark McGowan closed Western Australia's border for almost 2 years. Families were separated for major milestones. They missed out on births, deaths, and marriages. While Mr. Andrews was criticised for his harsh lockdown restrictions, he remains the longest-serving Labour Premier in Victoria's history. Stepping down from the job in September 2023, Mr. Andrews said, "It is time. Recently, in talking to my kids and Kath, his wife, thoughts of Wah.